Welcome everyone to our Wednesday night, 7 p.m. training call that we talk about everything related to the Medicare industry and our senior market that we're dealing with today. I want to get into a couple different things, something that I ran into. I always like to take personal stories from people that were out in the field today and they brought them to me. And I like to take those and I like to show y'all how I was able to help clients on a day-to-day basis while, out there simultaneously helping the agents while they're in the home with the client. So one thing that I wanted to cover today, which I had a note with, and I'm not going to go too in detail about the specific, group plans or employer plans, but I want to give you a specific scenario that we ran into today and how this plan that the client was on with their current health insurance through a former employer, right, might not be the best situation for them. So what I want to do here is I'm going to do a couple different things. I want to give you all some facts so that way you know exactly what is good and what is not good, and then we can compare it, and then y'all just present that information to the clients, and then they are the ones that make their informed decision on what is the best product. So let me pull this case on up, and then what I want to do is first and foremost is I want to talk about, I got a couple more people that I'm admitting here. I want to talk about how these plans work. Okay. So we have what's called the group or the employer plans. The employer plans, basically what those are is someone worked a job. Okay. And then as they go to retire, they get to keep those benefits. Now, those may come from the state. They may come from the federal government. They may come from unions, right? Or just private employers like General Electric, General Motors, Ford, right? Companies along those lines that are private employers. So you could see these employer plans, right, from all different angles of different employers that they had, whether it was at a government level, municipal level, or it was through a union that they might have worked for, or if it was also through a private company that had benefits associated with themselves. Now, what I found a lot is that benefits today are not as rich as benefits yesterday. And what I mean by that is a lot of our clients that we sit down with, they may have some really good benefits from a while ago. Okay. And they, maybe they're 75, 77 years old. And then newer plans, since the cost of this stuff is so tremendous and could be a large burden on the former employer that they had, the benefits kind of aren't as good today with certain employers, okay, as people go to retire, which is why we have to do our due diligence, right? We really need to dig into this stuff and figure out, hey, is this something that's good for the client or bad for the client, right? Is this something that we can beat? So a lot of times, I'll give you an example. Over here in Texas, we have what's called TRS. This is a teacher's retirement system. They offer a Medicare Advantage plan, okay, that is not as good as the Medicare Advantage plans that have zero premium here in Texas, right? They have zero premium Medicare Advantage plans with United Healthcare, and they pay a premium for it. So not only is the plan it's an actual Medicare Advantage plan. You look at their card, you look at it, and it's Medicare Advantage. And then on there, it says TRS from the Teachers Retirement System, right? So it's at the state level, Teachers Retirement System. Okay. And then you look at the card, and you see it's got a $10 copayment for a primary care physician. Okay. It's got a $40 copayment for a specialist. Okay. So what we do and what we want to get our hands on is what's called that summary of benefits. Okay. So let's kind of walk through this process and this procedure over here and kind of what we want to do. So what I'm going to do is I will share my screen in just one moment. And I just want to pull up the right plan here so I can get the right zip code for y'all. And let me just show y'all exactly what I'm talking about. So as per usual, I want to go into Sunfire. I think the most value that kind of comes from doing live training for me when I'm sitting down with agents, we're doing live training and stuff like that, is fielding the calls while agents are in the home. So y'all literally like to get to see the way that I work. And then what I do with that is as soon as I do it, I'm going out there and I'm just, hey, I got y'all on speakerphone, right? You put me on speakerphone while you're in the home. I take that Zoom call, I send it to the agents that are sitting down with me, and I'm like, hey, here's my screen. Watch what I'm doing. Listen to the call while I'm on the call. Okay. So I'm going to give you an example of TRS. All right. And kind of how that operates. So one thing that I like to do, okay, is I'm going to try and see if I can pull it on up. Summary of benefits 2022 UHC. Let's see if we can pull that one on up. Welcome to TRS. So it's always good. I'll kind of walk you guys through exactly what I want to do, right? So I just Googled TRS summary benefits 2022. And I just want to figure out like, hey, is what they have even good? Like, how does this stuff work, right? TRS care standard, plan materials, TRS plan highlights. Maybe that's good. I want to click and drag that to a new tab and see if there's something that's good in here. So TRS, let's see, deductible, $500. Let me see over here. Urgent care, $35. Co-insurance, you pay 5% co-insurance or copay after meeting the deductible. Max out of pocket, $3,500. Generic drugs, $5. Preferred brand, which is a tier 2, $25. Non-preferred, you can add in your spouse and your children, which is pretty cool. If it's retiree only, they have to pay $135 per month just for that. And then to add your spouse in, you have to pay way more than double, right? You have to pay quadruple the amount of money to add your spouse in there. That's insane. Retiree just plus children without the spouse. Retiree with a family plan is $1,000. So that's not good. That don't look too great to me. So go over here. So we have, you pay a 20% co-insurance in network after your deductible. Yeah, that doesn't look too good. So what I like to do is I like to just kind of go through here and pull up the different benefits. This is Medicare retirees on the right. So maybe that's the one that I'm actually looking for. Let me go ahead and click that to see if this is different. Nope, looks the same to me. Okay, so $135. Yeah, okay, cool. So this is a good little intro for us to kind of figure out. We want to get a feel for exactly what clients have if they don't have something that's on Sunfire. So let's go back into Sunfire. If you guys don't have access to Sunfire, as per usual, I'll tell you how to get it. Step 1, complete your AHIP. Step 2, before you've done your AHIP, actually, you should have put your carrier contracts in. It's kind of like simultaneous. So you put carrier contracts in, boom, you start AHIP. That moment, it's in the same exact place. After you start the AHIP exam and you complete that, you do all the certifications after the actual AHIP exam itself, right? You go in there and you do your carrier certification. After you do the carrier certifications, you got like a 5 to 7 day lag, maybe more, maybe less. And then you should have access to Sunfire. If you don't have access, on my website, you have the ability to get their email address and send it to them. I don't control Sunfire, so you got to go ahead and send them an email. There's no phone number for them. Send them an email and they'll get back to you. If they don't get back to you, follow up again, right? Make sure you include your national producer number so you can get access to it. So let's go over here and we got our TRS to figure out exactly what they have, right? So as an individual, their max amount of pocket is $5,650. So what do? I just start taking notes, right? Urgent care, right? Urgent care, 35. ER, kind of to show you guys where I'm looking at. ER is 65. And if you guys have note questions as well, feel free to do it. Inpatient hospital stay. Okay, so you got to meet the deductible first before that kicks in. And our deductible, this is our deductible. And let's explain what this stuff means so that way y'all could see it too. It's the same way as your normal insurance works too. Deductible does not apply when they go see their PCP. So they pay $5 when they go see their PCP. After that, they have to meet their deductible to then pay $10 to go see a specialist. Inpatient hospital stay is $500. And then it doesn't say how many days. So could be good, could be bad. It doesn't say how many days. I would assume, it'd probably could be just for the whole stay, which would be great. And then we have $250. So let's walk through it just as usual, guys, right? It just becomes a math problem, okay? Generic tier 1 and tier 2, that's not good. These numbers right here are absolutely horrible numbers. Tier 1 and tier 2 drugs, they're free. Okay, if you don't know what that means, that's all right. Like I said, drop some questions in there and we'll be able to kind of help you out with some stuff that you might need answers to. If you get a little confused on stuff, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Just ask questions. I want to be able to help you understand it. So let's just go in here. And I know this year, these ones are through United Healthcare. I don't know if it says it on here. See if it says it on here. There you go. Ability to choose any doctor throughout the US as long as they accept Medicare and are willing to bill United Healthcare. So if the doctor doesn't take United Healthcare, there's your limitation right there. Now, these ones happen to be, they operate just as you could see, right? They operate like normal health insurance, right? So it's not a Medicare supplement per se, because they do have actual out-of-pocket costs. But let's say, for example, now you got this information, you can't sell them on changing plans. All right. Your 2022 TRS Medicare Advantage, which is what it is, Medicare Advantage medical plan, is insured by United Healthcare. Here's your cost per individual, right? So you know in your fact finding right here that it's Medicare Advantage. How did I get this information, right? Let's go back. I just Googled it. TRS Summary of Benefits 2022 UHC. Either way, if you didn't put UHC in here because you didn't know who it was with, sure, probably come up the same. There you go. Came right up the same right here. Boom. And that's what got me here. So it's just being creative, right? You just, in normal and all sales in general, you got to be creative to get the sale. So I get the information, right? Let's go ahead and let's look. And this is my area over here in Dallas. And I want to look to see with United Healthcare, right, what we can do with some of my favorite plans. All right, let's go to my number one favorite plan. What is my zip here? Hold on, let me just refresh this real quick. Make sure it's pulling up the right zip. There we go. Boom. It was pulling up the wrong one. All right, so let me go ahead and click details. All right, so this is my favorite plan over here in this area. It's the hottest one. As you can tell, it's rated 5 out of 5 stars, which is phenomenal. It's a 0 premium monthly plan, right? So if we're just writing down premium, right, $135 is TRS. So basically, like I'm just going to do a T chart on here. And I'm just going to start comparing. All right, so you pay $135 per month, and on the right-hand side, I'm going to write TRS on the left, and I'm going to write UHC on the right. TRS, how much you pay a month? $135. Okay, how much you pay if you go direct to United Healthcare? Medicare Advantage, 0 premium. Oh, that's good. So right off the bat, if everything was the same, Miss Mary, 135 times 12 is $1,620. So I won't say $135 per month. I'm going to say $1,620. Why? Because that's a larger number, right? The larger number is their annual cost that they pay. That's a number that is bigger. You know, you show it to them like, hey, this is how you're not paying $135. $1,620 is your annual cost. That's a lot of money. Wouldn't you agree? Right? That's more than some people's Social Security check. If someone told you they could save you $1,620 and get you something that's identical to what you currently have, just in that in of itself, wouldn't that make sense to make some type of a change? Right? If I just told you all else remains the same company, same medication, same doctors, right? Everything was the same, and you just saved that premium. That's a reason in and of itself to make a change, right? To benefit someone's situation. So now what I want to do is I just want to click details, right? I go over here, I go ahead and I got our monthly premium, like we looked at, is $0. We have our max out of pocket here as $3,900. I'm going to write that down, 3,900. And then if we go back over here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at the max out of pocket, which is 5,650. Let's explain what maximum out of pocket is. Okay. Let's explain some of these terms because I don't want people to get confused. All right. Maximum out of pocket. So kind of write this down with me, guys. Max out of pocket. What that means is that that's the most amount of money, okay, that you can pay for an entire year. That's going to include your deductible if you have a deductible. As you can see here, see how it says medical deductible $0? There's no medical deductible. So don't worry about that. No deductible for the plan with the United Healthcare on the right-hand side. The next is copays. So when you go to your doctor, that's how much money you have is a fixed dollar amount, right? That's a fixed rate. And also the coinsurance. So the coinsurance here is going to be that percentage. That's just a fixed percentage that you pay when you go to, if you have cancer treatment, for example, right? You pay 20% coinsurance. So let me see if I can find it right here. Here you go. So comprehensive dental, just one that I typed in, right? It says coinsurance for Medicare covered benefits, whatever that might be. That's 20%. Okay. Let's go find another one. Coinsurance for Medicare covered diabetic shoes and inserts, 20%. right? So they pay 80%, you pay 20%. Coinsurance for Medicare covered durable medical equipment, that would be like an oxygen tank, right? You pay 20%. So that's a coinsurance, that's a fixed rate. So if the machine costs $3,000, you pay 20% of $3,000. So you're going to pay $600. But remember, right? I just said maximum out of pocket. That means the most amount of money you could spend in an entire year, made up of your deductible, your co-payment, right? So if you go to the ER and you got a co-payment of $90, right? That's included in there. And your co-insurance if you got any of that. So does that make sense to everyone, or does anyone have any questions on that? If you do, like I said, drop it in the chat so that way I can answer questions that I don't want anyone to be lost with this. Okay. Health insurance is boring. That's the reality of it. Making the money is what's phenomenal. So now as I scroll down through here, I need to start comparing it. So some things that I looked at, which was doctor office visits, they had to pay $5. Yeah, $5 when they go to a PCP. With this, $0. That's pretty big. The next one is a specialist. Specialist is $20 for a specialist. But remember, guys, we have a $500 deductible on this other plan. So they're paying $5 to go see a regular doctor co-payment. That's pretty dang cheap. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty good. I think $0 is better than $5. That's just me. I don't know. If I could pay 0 or 5, I would choose 0. That's my personal opinion. I don't know about you, Miss Mary. What would you say? You'd probably want to pay 0 too, right? Or would you rather pay money for the same exact thing? Yeah, if you want to pay more money for the same thing, good for you. Congratulations. Next, we got $20 for a specialist over here. Okay, that's your fixed co-payment, right? It's a fixed amount with this Unite Healthcare plan that I've highlighted right here, right? Doctor specialty visit. You go to a heart doctor because you had a heart attack. That's your specialist, right? $20. Go to an oncologist for cancer. That's your specialist, $20 charge. Next, when I'm looking at it, I then see, as we go back to this other page, okay, I'm going to, I think it's to the left over here, must meet deductible. Okay, let's figure out what does that mean. Okay, you have car insurance. All right. On your car insurance, it tells you how much your deductible is. My deductible, I pay a higher premium to have a lower deductible. I have a $250 deductible here in Texas. So I got to pay $250 before my insurance kicks in. All right. $250. I pay the first $250. And after that, then my insurance pays. That's perfect. I like that plan. So after $250, I don't pay a dime. That's it. I pay $250, done. Problem solved. That's easy. That's a simple situation. I like that. That's pretty easy. With this, it says you got to pay the first $500 and then you pay $10. That doesn't sound like a good deal to me. I don't know if it sounds like a good deal to you guys, right? That's not really too much fun. Your $500 deductible will start on January 1st, 2023. There's a little asterisk next to it, so I just wanted to read. Are you currently a TRS? Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant for this specific case since we're not actually selling anyone. So deductible $500. And then after you pay that first $500 when you go see a specialist, that's what they're going to bill you. They're going to bill you $500 until you pay the $500, however many visits that might take. And then after that, then you pay a fixed rate of $10. So basically you pay $500 first, and then you go ahead and then you could pay $10 after that. So that's pretty expensive. I don't know, Miss Mary, would you say $20 is better or $500 first and then $10 after that $500? Which one would make more sense to you? Probably the just $20 fixed rate, right? I don't know. It makes sense to me. I think that sounds like a good idea. All right. So what else do we have over here? We have our urgent care. So let's go back over here and just kind of compare it. $40. Wow. TRS wins on that one by $5. That's awesome. We got to compare everything. We're going to make sure that it's right. 35 urgent care and then $40 urgent care here. I know that there is a way to split screen. Nope. All right. I will figure it out later. So let's go over here and let's look at the next one. Specialist, we got that outpatient, $250. We're going to go to our outpatient, which is, here we go. Outpatient surgery, $0 to $275. So depending on where you go and depending on what you're getting done, it could be $0 or $275. Zero is a great deal. That's better than $250. $275 if you had to pay the max, right? That's not bad. It's not going to kill you. $25 difference if you had to pay the max. You have a fixed rate here, okay? Fixed rate of $250. So all things considered, right? Max out of pocket is $5,650. If you got cancer, you had a heart attack, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. The most amount of money you're going to pay with TRS is $5,650 plus $1,620 for your premium, because the premium's not included in your max out of pocket. That means the most amount of money that you would have to pay in a year is $7,270. With United Healthcare, the most you could ever pay in a year, same company, same doctors, same medications, just at a lower cost with your Medicare Advantage plan, direct with United Healthcare, right? Not having to go through TRS, get a Medicare Advantage plan directly with them. $3,900 is the most amount of money that you would pay. But the good news is, Miss Mary, let me kind of explain the good news, Miss Mary. This is what we call a pay-as-you-go system. The cool thing about a pay-as-you-go system is simple. If you go to the doctor, you pay. If you don't go to the doctor, you don't pay. That's simple. You go into the hospital, you pay. Fixed co-payment, and that's it. But if you don't go in the hospital, you don't pay. So here's the difference. Whether or not you use your TRS benefits, okay, you pay. And what do I mean by that? You pay $1,620 a year, whether or not you use the insurance. Now, that's not a bad deal. But would you rather pay $1,620 for something that you may or may not use? Or would you rather pay $0 for something that you may or may not use? And they are pretty dang close to each other. In fact, the one direct with United Healthcare has better benefits. And numbers don't lie. It's black and white right here in front of you. So some stuff that I like to do with clients is I like to get the summary of benefits, right? So call the insurance company, have them email it to you. Hey, can y'all email me the summary of benefits so I can look at it? Can you mail Miss Mary a summary of benefits? Because what happens with these group plans, regardless of who it is, if they opt out of it, they generally can't get back into it. Okay. So if they leave it, they're not going to get back into it. Now, there's some really great ones out there. Like there's some ones that you'll see that are just killer. Covers the dental, vision, the hearing. Like they're just great, right? Those are like the grandfathered older ones that have been around for a long time. And unfortunately, you're not going to be able to beat them. And that's okay. And you just got to be honest and tell them, hey, what you got is great, right? If someone's in a Medicare supplement plan and they're paying $300 a month, but they're as sick as a dog, hey, you got to keep it. I mean, I can't tell you to do otherwise. You have to keep it, because if you don't, and you switch to a Medicare Advantage plan, I think you'd probably have a lot of medical bills. You're paying $300 a month. That's $3,600 a year. Like, reality is you're not going to qualify for another Medicare supplement. You go into a pay-as-you-go system, you might pay a lot of money. I don't know if it'll be more or less than what you're paying, even with the max out of pocket of $3,900. But what I will tell you is you're going to be limited on the networks, the doctors that you're going to be able to see. So that's a little brief comparison of what I would do in a situation like that for TRS, right? Just Google it, get the information, start looking around and figure out what you can do for the clients and see if you can benefit them in any way, and just start looking. Google is your best friend. It's going to kind of walk you through everything that you need to know and see if there's a summary of benefits that you can go ahead and you can get emailed to you directly straight from the horse's mouth is the best way to get it. Just like when you're calling AARP increasing term or Globe Life increasing term or Colonial Penn with a 2-year waiting period, $9.95 for insurance. Yeah, right. It's just a good gimmick. It's a great approach to kind of bait and switch someone, right? Because it's true, it's $9.95 per unit, right, of insurance. And the quality is just poor. 2-year waiting period. People think that they have something that they don't. They add accidental in to make it a $10,000 policy, when in reality it's like $2,000 of whole life, right? And then they add another $8,000 of accidental, and it's overpriced insurance. So You always want to get that straight from the horse's mouth. You want them to reinforce everything that you just said to the client. Okay. So you need to have your facts straight, whether it's life insurance or health insurance, before you even call the insurance company and get the information from them. And you want to play dumb with this stuff. Hey, can you explain it to us as if we know nothing about this? Explain it to us as if we're dumb and we know nothing, right? We know absolutely nothing about insurance. Explain every single thing. Can you explain to us what a maximum out of pocket is? Okay. What counts towards a maximum out of pocket? Okay. This premium that they're paying, do they have to pay that premium even if they don't go to the doctor? Oh, okay. That's weird. Now, this premium every single month, is there any way that they can get that reimbursed to them or anything along those lines? No. Okay. So that's odd. So they got to pay $1,620 regardless of whether or not they use the insurance. Okay. Gotcha. Great. And if they're showing you that they got Part A and Part B of Medicare and you see that they qualify for it, perfect. Well, here's the options, right? Sometimes you're not going to be able to get them to change, even though you could talk to them until you're blue in the face and you know that you could put them in a better situation. It's just difficult, right? They trust TRS. They don't trust you. They just met you for the first time. They may not know you, right? Maybe they do, but that's why you have to have a strong follow-up game, right? You guys saw our Monday call, which I'm still editing. I haven't finished it, but you saw how great that was and the value of making your own brand, being charismatic, having the clients love you. They want to talk to you. They want to be a customer of yours. They want to trust you. So maybe if you can't get it done the first time, you get it done the second time. Maybe you just sell them another product while you're in the home, but you couldn't get the health insurance done. And maybe one day it just clicks and it hits them. Hey, this is a Medicare Advantage. Do you mind if I leave this other Medicare Advantage booklet with you that you could take a look at? Why don't you compare it? Okay. Why don't you compare and why don't you get back to me, since clearly you don't want to make a decision today? So that's what I do when I look at these cases. I say, hey, how can I make this make sense to me? And if it makes sense to me, I need to make this make sense to the client. Because if I make it make sense to the client, then, and they're going to do what's in their own best interest based on the facts that I present them. Okay. So that is a very, very important thing. I see max out of pocket here is 3,500, which was different than on the other page. Max out of pocket. Oh no, here you go. 3,500. Max out of individual plan. Oh, this is a UHC one. Yeah. So 3,500. So over here, our max is actually a little bit lower. So that actually works out great for them. It's a little bit lower, but either way, you still want to present the facts to them and just kind of get all the information. So obviously it's important to read it. I'm doing this one on the fly and just pulling up the information because I wanted to do it live for you, right? I knew that they paid money for it, but I didn't know all the other benefits that are included in it, right? These things change every year. So it's always good to do that. I always talk about my wife's grandmother. She's going to be 92 years old next month in September. So we'll give a little shout out to grandma, 92 years old. She's still there in her right mind, and she's phenomenal, walking around, talking. She's great, loves her grandchildren and her great grandchildren, which she has many of both. So very, very blessed. And her husband, who has since passed away, right? He was an electrician. He was a part of the electrician union. And I will tell you, those benefits are crazy good. Like, you can't beat those. I look at them, and actually it was before this past year, they were just phenomenal. But they were great. They were basically equivalent to a Medicare supplement that had dental vision. She didn't pay a dime when they went to the doctor. And this year's changed. And what they changed her to is a Medicare Advantage plan. And every year I review it. I look at it for grandma. I say, hey, what's going on? Is this good? Do we want to keep it? We don't want to keep it, right? Well, now she's in a Medicare Advantage plan, and the Medicare Advantage plan isn't too hot, right? It's really not that great. So unfortunately, I got to do a comparison every single year, but she doesn't pay anything for it. So let's keep it. Let's keep what works. And then 1 year, when they change it, if they change it, it's not for the better, then grandma's going to get something else, because now they changed her to a Medicare Advantage plan with United Healthcare. And I'm going to look at that summary benefits. I'm just going to read it. All I got to do, boom, pull this up, start looking at it. How much is an ambulance? $265. This stuff is, at its core, it's really simple. It really is. I think people just make it more complicated as what it is, and they kind of have that paralysis by analysis, or people that want to know everything before they do anything, and they end up doing nothing, right? Let me learn all about this. We got the air ambulance at $265. What does that mean? Don't worry about it. Look at the numbers. $265 for a ground ambulance. Perfect. What does it say in their summary benefits? $200 for chiropractic. What does it say in there? $1,500 for dental. What does it say in theirs? And you just kind of go through it. That's all you look. $0 for a special primary, $20 for a specialist. Emergency care, $90. You're just doing a comparison. That's all you do. You're literally just looking at numbers. That's all it is. Numbers in black and white. They don't lie. They tell the truth. What does a summary of benefits look like? Well, I'm glad you asked. Go ahead and here in Sunfire, click it. Here you go. Now you know exactly what a summary of benefits looks like. In fact, you should have these. You need to have them. Why don't you have them? I don't know why you don't have them. I tell you to order them, right? I say in the training, hey, make sure that you order them. Maybe you didn't watch the training videos. That's all right. Start watching them, right? You want to get educated. You want to learn. I always tell people you want to be the best at anything you do. And that's how you're going to become successful. So let's go ahead and let's go to our, I'm going to just do it with United Healthcare real quick. And let me pull this up. I'm on the other screen. I'm just getting pulled it up so I can show it to you guys. Move this out of the way. Boom. All right. It's not loading. So I'm just pulling up in United Healthcare's portal. I'm pulling up their sales material. So let me look to see if I can order anything in here. Let's go home. Catalog, no filter available. Let me see if we can get anything in here. See if it'll pull up anything at all for me. If not, I'm gonna have to log out. Boom. Okay, cool. All right. So what I want to do here is I want to go ahead where it says select states. All right. I want to scroll down and I want to select the state that I'm in. What county am I looking at? You could type it in and I can go Dallas, right? Check that box. What plan year? As AEP comes up, you're going to look at 2022 and 2023. That's why they have that. What type of plan do I want to look at? Special needs plan for people that are on both Medicare and Medicaid, or for people that are chronic special needs, or do I want to look at a regular Medicare Advantage? What language? It's up to you, right? There's a ton of different languages that you can order. Usually, I mean, there's usually like, depending on, I guess it depends on the area that you're in, what's predominant. I want to click summary benefits. SCP plan code, right? It's just showing you how many plans there are. So what do I want to do? I want to go back to Sunfire and I want to see, scroll up to the top. What's the plan code? H5490-043. Boom. Now I got this one. So you can do a couple different things. You can download it, right? Boom. Now I got it downloaded. Cool. Same exact thing I just pulled up for y'all. But if I don't want to download it and I want to order it, you can click it right here. You can go ahead and just order it through this website. Okay. So you can order the material. It says materials will arrive in 7 to 10 days. Just select however many you want. Perfect. And then you're good to go. So you can start ordering the material. You order it right through here. This is in United Healthcare's portal. So when you're in the portal, you go to sales and marketing, and then you just go to sales material. So just order that stuff, right? Order the summary benefits. It's good to have it. We're dealing with the senior market. They like to see stuff in black and white. That's always a good and a very, very helpful thing for you to show them. So just understanding the benefits and asking the questions, and just understanding sometimes you're not gonna be able to sell someone for the plan that they're in. I've found a lot, I kind of see people, they're in like I was with this guy, he's with General Motors. The guy worked for General Motors for 40 years. I kind of thought in my mind that there's a 0% chance that this guy was going to change before even making any changes at all with him. And I was just like, hey, I don't think he's going to make any changes, but if he does, that'd be great. So, but my job either way, I still got to present the information, right? He took time to fill out the card, send it to office. We called him, set an appointment with him. I go to his house, sit down with him, right? I got to look at the stuff and I got to see, hey, does this stuff make sense to do it? Let me just present the options that we have. Do you know how much you're paying for this and all this stuff? And we see it. And it turned out this guy was just someone that was a serial card sender in her, right? They just love to send in the cards. Come on, keep them coming, right? They're like, this is the best. I want to send it. Yeah, we just had someone here last week. Yeah, we just had someone here. Like, why do you keep sending these cards in if you ain't got nothing to buy? If you want to buy something, here's my information, right? Don't send in another one of these cards ever again. You send it in, someone's going to come and try to sell you something. You like when people come and try to sell you something? Nope. If you need insurance, call me. I'm going to make it that simple for you, right? You're not being rude. You're being very direct. Because you don't have time to waste. You got a lot of people that you need to sit down with. So some of those key things that we need to cover for those group plans is just figuring out the facts and the information. Now, I spent a pretty good amount of time on this call just kind of going over exactly what I would do so you guys understand my thought process. Would I explain all of that and every single thing I said to the client? No, not every single thing that I teach you guys, because I want you guys to have a deeper comprehension than the client might have to, because you're an active sales professional, right? This is your job. This is what you need to take seriously so you could sell a lot of these plans. And if you can't sell them and you're struggling to sell them, it's probably for a couple different reasons. One, you're not reaching out for help. There's agents that literally don't fill out the Medicare worksheet. They don't even like use the Medicare worksheet. And it just blows my mind. It's like, hey, this is the information that you need to have. They don't plug into the calls, right? Some aren't even on the morning call, let alone the evening calls. So those are agents. Even currently. Okay. So those are agents that either they don't want to be successful, right? Or maybe it's a failure of the individuals that they're working with. And I think that's common no matter what, right? No matter what organization you're with, there's always going to be people that don't want it, right? They say that they do, but they're not willing to do whatever it takes to do it. So just make sure that you are taking those right steps, right? I'll ask you all a question over here. Let me go ahead and pull it on up. Do you think that I enjoyed taking time on my website, which I actually did enjoy doing it, taking time on my website to build all this stuff, carrier contact form? Someone told me that they couldn't find it. You can't find that. Look at that right here. Boom. Carrier contact form. It's pretty hard, difficult not to find it, right? How to activate Sunfire. Well, that's pretty cool. How do I activate it? Great question, right? I want to give you the answer first and then tell you where to find the answer second, right? I don't want to be rude to you, right? I want to tell you, hey, this is how you do it. Go to my website and that's where the answer is going to be. What about GTL? Like, I know you said there was an email that you said that you updated your website and you sent out the brochures. Yeah. Awesome. You don't know where it is? Perfect. I updated my website. So that way you all have it right here. Here's the marketing material for GTL. Great. We got that right here for you. UHC OTC catalog. You guys talk about over the counter all the time, right? Let's go back in this plan right here and let's look at over the counter. Let's go with just OTC. There you go. OTC, $45 every 3 months. What does that mean? Okay, cool. Every 3 months, right here. Boom. Here's the stuff that they get to order through this. Check this stuff out. And I go through it. I'm like, hey, Miss Mary, you get to order if you got cough, cold, and allergy. You get to order all this stuff. I see that you got Cetirizine sitting there on the table. You're paying for that? Oh, you do? Oh, okay. Limit of 5. You can do a total of 90 tablets right here. 90 tablets for $10. 90, that's going to last you 3 months. You take one a day, don't you? You're paying for that. Cool. All right. Well, I just saved you that. And you get a total of $45 to keep on spending through here. Now, I also see that you have some antacids there. You go ahead and get that. There's 150 chewables. That is one a day. If you take more than one a day, you probably should see a doctor. If you're nonstop taking these, that's $3, right? And I also see that you have over here, Miss Mary. Let's look through it and see. Let's find a Tylenol. There you go. That's $16. Get brand name stuff through here. $16. Now we spent, what we spent 13 plus 16, got $29, and we get 45. We get to do that every couple months. And I know you said you like to take your vitamins, right? Vitamins and supplements. So you just go through it. I just walk them through it. Hey, here's some probiotics. I know you need the probiotics. You got your vitamin A, you got your vitamin B, right? There's a lot of different types of vitamin B, calcium. It's literally vitamins. It says it here, vitamins A to Z, right? There's a ton of different stuff that you can order through here that you might already be paying for that you don't need to pay for. So I literally just put $45 in your pocket every 3 months. That's $180 a year I just put in your pocket. Hydrogen peroxide, don't need to pay for it anymore. Rubbing alcohol, don't need to pay for it, right? Order right through here. 4 ounces. I don't know how much hydrogen peroxide you're using, but that's like a year's worth for me. It's not more, right? And you can order a 32 ounce for $2. Might as well just do that, right? 40 wipes. You need the wipes, right? That's great. You have little grandkids running around. Little grandkids, you got a pool in the backyard. Your little grandkids ever get water stuck in their ear? Right? I say water funny because I'm from New York. Maybe it's funny to you, but for me, don't make a difference, right? That's just the way that people in the North say it. So you got little grandkids over here. Maybe you need to get the hydrogen peroxide with some Q-tips, right? put a little drop of that in their ear, or maybe one of those syringes that the babies use for the Tylenol or something, put a drop in their ear. That way they don't have any earaches, right? Boom, hydrogen peroxide, just solved that problem for you. So there's a ton of stuff that they can order through here. First aid kit, you got grandkids running around, maybe you want to order that. So stuff along those lines, right? Humana OTC catalog. I don't have one for Cigna, but it's okay. You just go ahead and do that. WellCare OTC catalog. You got it all. Okay. So just make sure that you're going through this stuff and you're looking at it. Hey, where do I do AHIP? Great question. Here's the link that gets you there. And here's the discount that shows you where the $50 discount is. Boom. Cool. And then here's the AHIP discount link. So if you're a manager, you're a builder, right? We want to refer people to stuff like this. Oh, where do I get that Medicare worksheet? Great question. Got it right here for you, right on the website. That way you all have it. So just take advantage of everything that's in front of you. We didn't build it just for fun because we enjoy building websites and stuff like that. I'm not that great at building websites. I knew nothing about it before I did it. So I just try to make it look relatively pretty, right? Make it look pretty decent. I care more about the content than I care about how it looks. It's better just to have the content. You got it, all that stuff in here. You don't know what med subs are. Hey, take time to review the stuff. Look at the videos, see what this stuff's all about. What's hospital indemnity? I did a call on it too. You can go to my YouTube channel and check that out as well. So I just want to make sure that, everyone is aware of all the resources that are available to them. So if you guys have questions, I'm going to go ahead and you can drop in the chat, or you guys can unmute yourself, whatever you'd like to do. We'll ask some questions real quick and see. So let's look at it. So she says, whenever you close a Medicare sale from an FE lead, what lead source does it fall under? Just don't want to get in trouble across. That's just direct mail. It's just direct mail. That's an existing client. You're allowed to market any product you like basically to your existing client. So if it's a life client, you can market non-life products. If it's a health client, you can market non-health related products to your client. They're yours. You spent the money on the lead. You took the time to book an appointment, talk to them, sit down with them. They're your client. You can compliantly market to them. So you're not going to get in trouble on what we call a BRC. That's a business reply card. So just, get your scope appointment, do the whole process, stay compliant, sell them the product that's in their best interest. Don't ever take advantage of your client and you'll never have an issue. Daryl Barton's been in the business for a long time. I was talking with him and he has never had one complaint, never once, which is phenomenal. I mean, that's amazing. So it's good to see that. Just always take care of your client and you'll never have anything to worry about at all. When they call, answer the phone, help them out, text them back, right? Say, hey, I'm sitting down with someone else. I'm trying to help them out real quick. And then I want to get back with you. But I want to make sure that I give this person the same amount of time that I respectfully gave to you. So just let me finish up with them and I'll get back to you real quick. There's clients that'll call me when I'm on the phone with someone else. I just say, hey, hold on 1 second. I have a client call me. Hey, I'm on the other line. I'm going to call you right back. All right. Thank you so much. Bye. Boom. I'm present, right? I'm going to talk to them real quick and get that done. That's how I keep my persistency high. Another thing that's really important, especially for you, if you're a manager, someone that's building a team, something that's really important is when you have agents out there, right, that are selling, their persistency goes a lot higher with this. So I told the story on the Monday call. My persistency before I started selling Medicare was like high 70s, and then I got it to 88%, which I thought is just phenomenal. Well, not I thought, that is in fact, that is an absolutely phenomenal number to have a persistency that high. And the reason why is because I added other products in and I started being a more full service agent to my clients, right? I didn't let another agent come in to the house behind me because I took care of my client in every way that they needed me to, which is generally just going to be health and life related, right? I don't do P&C. It's not a realm that I'm in. I'm not expanding into that marketplace by any means, nor do I have a desire to do that, right? But I'm going to go ahead and take care of my client in the life and the health arena, not only just for them, but for their family, their friends, their grandkids, whatever it might be. I want to be that full service agent. I don't need them to buy Gerber through the mail. I need them to be aware that I can provide products like that to them, direct to them. So if you're not doing that, then you're not doing the thing that's in the best interest of the client. You're not marketing to them properly. So do we have any other questions? If not, I will let y'all hop. Let me see if there's one more coming in. Anybody, raise hand. If not, don't be afraid. One thing that's really important, and the questions that I see in these chats all the time when people unmute themselves and ask questions, what I see a lot is 80% or 90% of people want to ask the question, but they're too afraid to ask the question. right? So that's why maybe the chat box is a better home for you to ask a question instead of unmuting yourself. So don't be afraid to ask a question. There's no such thing as a stupid question. The only stupid thing to do is not ask a question. I say that every single time, and I'll keep saying it. I want y'all to ask questions. That way you can get better. There's probably a lot that you don't understand, and that's okay. There's a lot that I don't understand. I'm trying to get better on this Medicare stuff all the time, so that way I could build a more sustainable business for myself and for my family. So if you guys don't ask those questions, you won't grow and develop the way that you need to. I don't want you to stunt your growth because you think it's a stupid question, but also at the same time, hey, take advantage of the resources that are available to you, right? We got a ton of resources. We want to make sure that y'all are successful. So if you need anything, feel free to reach out to us. As per usual, I appreciate y'all joining the call, and you have a wonderful evening. Oh, Brian, go ahead real quick. What do you got for me?
Yeah, you got to hear from me. You know that. There's so much information to digest here, and I know it all seems pretty simple, but there's a lot of it. I'm going through the carrier certifications and so forth. At that point, just to not make it too complicated for us new people, and you got a lot on the line here or on this call, what's the best approach? Because I feel like I'm trying to learn a lot, and there's so many acronyms, and it's a bit overwhelming. But I believe it's well worth everything that you're talking about, though, too.
Absolutely, it's a great question. Let's keep it simple, right? Let's go ahead right here on my website, Medicare Worksheet. This is your best friend. This is number one most important thing. You get this Medicare Worksheet. There's really 4 things that you need from the client in order to start looking at a case and seeing if you can compare details and seeing if there's something that's not in their best interest that they're in right now to put them in a better situation. One of these things is this first page right over here. This is some of the key stuff, right? Their name, their address, the county that they're in, their phone number, the date of birth. In fact, the insurance companies won't even speak to you about your clients if you don't have some of this stuff, right? Move on down over here. Their income, you need to know that, see if they qualify for subsidies. And the next, right over here, their Medicare number, right? What doctors do they have and drugs do they use? That's normal stuff that you're doing for life insurance sales anyways, right? So this is stuff that you're already doing. So let's keep it really simple. You need their red, white, and blue card, okay, which is their Medicare card. You need their health insurance card for whatever their current health insurance is, right? Same as y'all have your health insurance card that you carry around. You need to know whatever their doctors are, whatever drugs they take, same things that you're doing for the life insurance side. Doctors' names are on the bottles, okay? And then you also need to know their address. That's it. That's all that I need to know to help you with the cases. You guys have to do the hard work, which is getting in front of the client, okay? You got to do the boring stuff, which is taking the tests. I need you to really have about 4 things. I need you to know where they live and their name. On the lead card, it's got all that information, right? So just the stuff that's on the lead card, I guess, would be a starting point. Next, I need you to have their red, white, and blue card, their Medicare card, their current health insurance card, which has their doctor's name on their current health insurance card most of the time, okay? And get those pill bottles. The medications have the doctor's names on it, and you have to look at that stuff. It's really only 4 things. Like, it's the easiest thing in the entire world. So you ask anyone that's doing these sales right now that just started recently, it's the easiest thing. And you will get in the weeds very quickly with this stuff if you try and learn all of it and know all of it and everything and try and digest it all, right? Which is the purpose of these calls, right? For me to take live cases that I see all the time and just give y'all, some insight into them and why we can kind of help clients or why we won't be able to help clients and putting them in better situations. So at its core, this. All you need to know. This is literally all I need from you. Send it to me. Shoot it to me in a text. Like, don't call me without this information, because then we're spending 30 minutes on the phone kind of chasing our tail. It's just like, hey, literally just read this form and get it, right? That's it. Do those things. Once you get that information, then you're good to go. I mean, there's not much more that you need to know than that. So other than that, you're pretty much good to go there, Brian. Let me go ahead and stop share there. Good to go there. Cool. All right. So simple. Keep it simple. Yeah, Scott.
Thank you.
Hey, Brian, I just wanted to hang on a second.
Yeah, you got a little feedback.
Hang on. How about now?
Yeah, you're good.
Brian, I just want to say, just kind of an example. When I first started, I relied on Holden to get that information to him. And I'm telling you what, you don't feel overwhelmed because he will take over. And so you're going to learn when he is talking to the client, after you give that information, you're going to learn over and over. And as he does it several times over and over and over, you're going to get more comfortable about what you're saying and that you're learning. So don't feel overwhelmed at the front.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Scott. Scott's always got my back. No, he's right. He's right. It really is. I think that's because Scott's all the way. I mean, you're what, about 5 hours from me. And I was going to mute you real quick. Sorry. And he's 5 hours from me. I can't get over to him and train, right? I got a lot of people calling me. I'm nonstop all day, every day, and just keeping it moving. So, for Scott and I to kind of do that virtual ride along, which is essentially what that is, like, he gets to hear me pitch those clients the exact way that I'm talking to him. He's called me for, a life insurance call. He gets to hear me really pitch the client and sees the salesmanship that I'm doing and the things that I'm saying to get those sales done. So all I need you to do, the hard part, right? Get in front of the client. After that, it's the easiest thing in the world. The Medicare information is not invasive. You're not asking for their social security number. You're not asking for their account and routing number. You don't need that stuff. It's, hey, can you just grab that red, white, and blue card and the health insurance card? Right? Really, really easy. And Scott, I'm going to unmute you real quick. You tell them, I suppose, how easy it is to get that information, doing what you're doing. Scott's written plenty of cases this year. So Scott, if you could unmute yourself and tell them how easy it is, and then we'll go with Colton. I'll unmute you next, Colton. You tell them how easy it is. Scott, go ahead.
It is absolutely a piece of cake. I don't think I've ever had anybody, when I asked them, hey, they knew that I was doing a Medicare review, and said, hey, can I get your blue white card and your insurance card? They go get the billfold and they just start giving it to me. I have never had hardly any opposition whatsoever. Just do it, just ask for it, and I promise they don't have any problem giving that information. And that's how you get started. Once they get that blue card, then you can say, hey, we're gonna take a look at this. And now they got your cards, and we start doing a review. And that's when you can start filling out that information on the sheet, and then getting it to Holden after that point. And then once he gets on, the process begins, and he begins to talk to them, and you're going to see how he works through all the options and everything he needs for Medicare. And the more and more you hear him do that, the more you're going to learn, and it just becomes easier and easier for you.
Yeah, and it just and thank you, Scott. And it takes it's the easiest thing in the world. The hard thing is just kind of getting started. So I want to mute Colton here. Colton, you've done a couple sales now. You're very green with it, new to it. How was your experience in the beginning right now with how easy the sales process is?
Yeah, great question. Really, really easy. I think I overcomplicated in my own head just because I was new, right? I mean, I'll do final expense, I'll do everything else, but it is so simple. I mean, and they don't, when you ask for routing account number, they might budge a little bit, or they're stiff. Like Scott just said, it's easy, real simple. I just enroll them, So, and especially, listening to you on the phone, they'd be able to explain that, I just put you on speaker and then I listen and I soak in, and then I, of course, rinse and repeat, keep it going.
Yeah. And that's literally as easy as it is just get that information from them. And it's basic stuff. It's not complex. You don't know what you're doing because you don't know what you don't know. Right. And that's okay. The stuff is built for you to learn it. Right. You don't know what information to ask for. Well, there you go. Now you got the information. Now you know the starting point. Right. So you know what stuff to ask for now. You know what to get. There's no pushback at all. None. Right. Everything we do it compliantly. Little side note there, right? We got to make sure we always say that we're doing everything compliantly, and we just make sure we put the clients in the best situation. That's it. In the end of the day, get the information to me. I'll go ahead and pitch them. Takes you maybe the first 10, 15 phone calls, maybe more. There's a lot of complexities and nuances that you can't put in every single training. So we go ahead and we do that. And with that said, does anyone else have any other questions? The only way you don't get sales doing this stuff is by not asking about it. I'll put it that way. That's the only way that you can't sell these people these products is by not asking about it. That's it. It's the easiest sale you ever had in your entire life. There's literally nothing easier to sell than something that does not have a premium, right? It doesn't cost anything. So with that said, I appreciate everyone. Have a wonderful evening. Enjoy time with your family, and I'll be catching up with y'all soon.